Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you guys had a great weekend. We got another update here, World War III update. This time about Qatar. So I know we haven't talked about Qatar in quite a while, but there has been things going on. There was just other things that I felt were, more important to cover. But this is what's been going on. Okay, so Qatar was given a list of 13 demands, and they're a little ridiculous, but basically they're, end ties with Iran, end all ties with terrorism, immediately terminate the Turkish troops, the Turkish presence that's there, hand over terrorist figures, and all these different demands that Qatar basically said, this is insane. Like, half of these aren't even real. Like, what? I don't understand. We're not going to accept these terms. And basically, Saudi Arabia and these other countries said, if you don't accept these, it's or else. We don't know what the else is, but a lot of people are feeling this could go to an actual conflict. And this has pushed Qatar to talk to countries like Iran, talk to countries like Russia. There is a rumor from it's Rami on Twitter. Usually he puts out some pretty good stuff that turns out to be true, but he's saying that Russia and Qatar have discussed possible Russian troops deployment in Qatar, and this is just more of the line being drawn for World War III, guys. All right, we're seeing Syria, Iran, China, Russia on one side, and you're seeing other countries like Israel, U.S., the West, Saudi Arabia, South Korea on the other side. So this is just more and more of the line being drawn. Qatar has already said that they're not going to accept these demands. They say, half of these things aren't even real. More than half aren't even real. How can we accept something that is just false? It's just a bold lie. And Qatar's foreign minister said that, this could lead to armed conflict, and, they'll defend themselves. And this whole entire thing about it being, Saudi Arabia stating that Qatar finances terrorist groups, it's just hypocrisy at the greatest level, because we know Saudi Arabia does the same damn thing. Iran does the same damn thing too. Why the U.S. is allies with Saudi Arabia, I still don't even know. But we can't forget that Qatar has a lot of natural resources when it comes to natural gas, and a lot of times these conflicts, these disputes, could be over a certain land that has natural resources. It could all be about the money at the end, or it could be all about the globalist agenda push for World War III, because it's really not that hard when you sit down and you look at the different countries and how they have ties to one another. You look and you're like, man, this is lining up to be like a two-team fight here. It's really not that hard. Like, why Saudi Arabia would cut ties with Qatar and all these Gulf states would cut ties with Qatar, it doesn't make any logical sense. Who's Qatar going to go to then? If they're being blockaded by air, land, and sea, well, they're going to go to your mortal enemy, Iran. This is being pushed for a future Saudi-Iranian war. It's going to happen. And Qatar's not going to say yes to these demands. They've already said they're sending their foreign minister to Kuwait to give the answer of, hey, this stuff's not real. So far, Qatar's put their military on high alert. They said they will defend their country. Turkey has deployed troops to Qatar. They have Turkish troops there right now. Russia has apparently talked to Qatar about sending Russian troops down there. And they're going to say no to these demands. And we're going to have to see, what Saudi Arabia and these other Gulf states, what they do, how they respond to Qatar saying, hey, dude, your demands aren't real. This is all a big joke. All right, we're not doing it. This has pushed Qatar closer to Iran, and it's just honestly a Saudi-Iranian war is going to happen. They've got the proxy war in Yemen, and they may have a proxy war or direct conflict when it comes to Qatar. But as more updates come out, guys, we'll let you know. We'll discuss it. These are things that I feel like you guys should know. Make sure to check back.